guys, it's me, Rachel, here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. I'm here with the babies. They are doing really well. Happy little chunkies. As you can see, they're nice and chunky. Everybody's sleeping now. Wanted to do a quick little update on them and also address the video I made yesterday just to make sure that everybody understands that I am not rehoming Velocity. That was not the point of the video. The point of the video was actually that I am not rehoming her and why. I wanted to make sure that the title of the video was in such a way that the people that maybe had wanted that or thought that it was necessary would actually watch the video. I wanted them to think that they had convinced me or gotten their way. And so that's why I titled it that way. But no, I'm not getting rid of her. I don't think that it's the best thing. And so anyway, just wanted to kind of want to put that out there. It did highlight the fact that there's many people that don't actually watch the videos, which is a problem. You should definitely be watching a video before commenting. Hey, Atari, leave it alone. I forgot to take her food bowl out of her kennel spot. Hey, Chuck. So anyway, I just got done cleaning out their whelping box. Atari, quit it. Psh, stop it. Quit it. Chuck. Yeah, whatever. Atari, quit. I really need to take that thing out of there. So anyway, they're all doing really good. I'm happy. They are looking really nice. I did deworm them, which was successful, I can tell, because they've, whenever they don't have full tummies, you can tell that they've lost that little pot belly, so that was successful. I also dewormed Atari because I felt like maybe she had worms. She wasn't quite growing the way she should, and she had been eating deer poop, and I think that was part of the problem. And so ever since I did that, I have noticed that she has started putting on some size again. So anyway, so I think that was successful. Atari, no! Stop it. Shh, Atari! Quit! You better quit it. Okay. So yeah, that's the update on them. I take them in tomorrow morning, Monday morning, bright and early to do the ears. Atari, quit. Woman, cut it out. She's like, why? You're talking. Must be fine now. Cashmere's definitely pregnant. She is quite large. Aren't you? Aren't you? You don't look very big right now. Come here, Cashmere. Yeah, sit down. Sit down. There's a good girl. Yeah, so you can see. Nah, don't hit me. Don't claw me. Don't you claw me. Don't you claw me. Yeah, you can see she's quite the chunkster. You're quite the chunkster. Hey, psst, don't you do that. She play rough with me. But yeah, she's starting to actually really get big. And she's still probably got about 3 weeks to go. So yeah. If you're interested in a puppy off that litter, I do believe that I had some people move over from my from her litter to the Blondie litter because we weren't sure what was going on with Cashmere, whether or not she was actually pregnant or not, because she did have that split heat, and so we had some people that moved over. So there is the possibility that we could have some spots, and even if she has more than I took deposits on, then you know we could have even more, and that's typically a sold out litter. Usually I don't have any spots for her for up to over a year sometimes, and I don't have any intention of breeding her after this. Like once I'm gonna breed her to Preacher. Let me see. We have this breeding, and then we have I think 2 more breedings after that, and that's it. So just keep your heads, near to the ground to listen for whether or not we're going to have some openings or not, because we may very well have some. You're looking good, girl. You're looking good. Preacher has been keeping a really close eye on these puppies, which has been super duper cute. Oh my God, look at that face. Look at the red girl. Look at her scrunchy face. Scrunchy wunchy. I really like her. She has a lot of character. She's definitely the smallest in the litter, although I wouldn't necessarily call her a runt, but she is one of the smaller pups, but she actually has phenomenal structure, and her head type is great. And I'm really leaning towards her because her temperament's awesome too. The only thing that she lacks is, obviously the size of the other ones, but truthfully, I don't care about that. Whenever you are breeding, you can always introduce size back in with the male that you breed with. And because of the fact that dogs have so many puppies, the likelihood that you will still continue to get size is great. You know what I mean? As long as you're not breeding tiny dogs to tiny dogs over generations, you don't actually lose size. So I'm not, concerned about the fact that she's not as big. More importantly, she has, the things that I look for. You know what I mean? Temperament, structure, and type. Those are all very important to me. And she has them in spades. And I think it's really important, because of the fact that Blondie is the mother, that I really pay attention to the head type. I don't want to continue to breed on traits that are undesirable. So I don't know right now. I've also looked at the light fawn female. I think about her, but I'm just not 100% on her yet, because she's just a little bit not as friendly. There's really no telling, because she's very young right now, kind of how that's going to be, but she isn't as gregarious as the little red female is, and I'm not quite sure what her head is going to do yet. I'm used to looking at Preacher Cashmere puppies. I have a pretty good idea of what their head types are going to do, but this litter is different, and so I'm not as adept at being able to identify what these head types are going to do. And the red female has the most, correct head type that I can see right now. Whenever I pull her ears up to kind of look at her head and see what it's going to do, it looks very correct. The lighter fawn, or the lighter mask female, I'm just not 100% sure on her. The brindle female, I like her. I like her temperament, but I don't think her head type is actually going to be correct. Even though her muzzle isn't too long, it does actually look like it tapers, and her eyes look too round. And in the last picture I took of her rear angulation just wasn't what it needed to be, and she was looking kind of square. So, really, Preacher? Mr. Attitude? Don't be rude. So anyway, so I haven't 100% counted her out yet, but she is kind of definitely fading out as an option. And of course, as I've said, the biggest female in the litter, she actually looks the most like Blondie. I still think that she will be an improvement on Blondie. I don't think that her muzzle will be as extreme as hers, but definitely not an option as far as a breeding prospect. It's just not there. And her temperament isn't there either. It's not to say that her temperament is bad, but, she's just also not as gregarious. And that, in combination with the fact that her head type resembles her mother's more, really just kind of puts her out for me personally. So right now, I think that I'm actually narrowing down on either the red female here, little red, or this female here, which is the light mask female. The light mask female, I like her. She's very dominant. She is very playful, and she's got great bone, and so far that I've seen, great structure. The only thing that kind of throws me off right now is she's not as just as gregarious as the red female, and I'm not quite sure what her shoulder is going to do. Her shoulder looks a little bit high, Her front assembly is great. Her rear assembly is great. Her top line's wonderful. I don't know what her head's going to do yet. And like I said, her shoulder seems a bit high. So there's no telling because they change so much between now and 8 weeks. But so far, that's kind of the area that I'm leaning towards would be between these two, which I know is going to make second pick female very happy because he's been eyeballing that brindle female since she was born. And I had pretty much set my eyes on her, but she's just kind of matured in a way that I think is going to counter out. So I'm sure that he's going to be very happy with that. Which I think is also going to make third pick female happy because they were dead set on not wanting the brindle girl. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Hope you guys are having a great night, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.